From the LAF Pet Rescue Studios, welcome to the Host with the Most Toddcast. Now, here's the tan, tattooed connoisseur of conversation, Todd Newton.
I think this is what people are waiting for here. I have this list of rules of etiquette for your next airline flight, Maria.
Okay, I'd like to hear what's on it.
Okay, I would love, if you can, I would love for folks to write this down, some of these things, because although they sound like common sense, every now and then we need a little reminder. Okay, we just need a little reminder. And this is a flight attendant's rules of etiquette for your next flight. Now, this woman has been a flight attendant for 21 years. There's probably not much she hasn't seen up at 37,000 feet. So she is speaking from experience. All right. Number one, Maria, here we go. Everyone has the right to recline their seats, but please do it slowly and politely. Now
I can see that.
Yeah. I mean, I've been behind the guy, you have too, that just pushes the little button and jerks it back as fast as it will go with zero concern for who's sitting behind him.
Or how you're sitting behind him.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, that's right. What if you're sleeping kind of hunched over? You know, you're resting your head. She says there's no need to spill drinks or knock someone's laptop onto the floor. Look behind you first. It takes 3 seconds, and it makes all the difference. So just look behind you before you recline your seat. Number two, if you're traveling with children, clean up after your kids. Flight attendants don't have vacuum cleaners on hand. They don't have much in the way of cleaning supplies, and it's not their job to clean up after your child. If your child spills a bag of Cheerios all over the table or into the seats, just scoop it up yourself. You know, they clean planes in between flights, but they're not bringing in an entire maid service just for you. So be responsible for your own children. That's a nice one.
Can I add something right there?
Yes.
If you're traveling with children, also bring some things to amuse them. A stuffed animal, some kind of small video game console, a book, something. Don't just put them on the plane and expect them to act nice the whole way.
I think an iPad is the answer. I think an iPad.
Keep them busy.
Right.
They won't even know they're flying.
Load up their games, throw a couple movies on there, then you'll be where you need to go. That'll be perfect. Here's the next rule of etiquette for your next flight. Overhead bins, says our 21-year flight attendant, are not your personal game of Tetris. You do not own the spot directly above your head. Do not take other people's belongings out to make room for yours. Oh, that would really set me off if somebody moved.
Oh my God, that would burn up so many people.
Oh, I mean because people are on edge anyway when they're flying. Some people get really nervous or anxious about it. If you start touching their stuff, that might be the trigger. Right there.
Yeah, that explains those mid-air fist fights.
Oh, I like this one. This one I can relate to. No one wants to hear your FaceTime conversation.
Ugh.
We do not need both sides of the chat. And boarding is not the time for goodbyes. It's the time to find your seat quickly and efficiently, stow your bags so the people behind you can do the same thing. Wrap up your call before you board the plane. That's a good one.
Good Lord, yes.
I like that one. We've got more to come. And if you want to add to the list, I'm happy to read them. Send it to us on our Facebook at The Todd Newton Morning Show.
This episode of the Toddcast is brought to you by the Tattooed Traveler YouTube series. Don't miss out on your first-class ticket to adventures around the world. Subscribe to the Tattooed Traveler on YouTube or visit thetattooedtraveler.com.
We're hitting this list of etiquette rules that we should all follow whenever we're on an airplane. It would make life so much easier. The last one that got a lot of people worked up, Maria, was the don't do FaceTime calls or even speakerphone calls. When you're in the airport or on the plane, we don't need to hear what the other person is saying. But you're right. They do that everywhere. I mean, that's the thing now. Just put somebody on speaker and carry them around the grocery store or wherever we are.
Ugh.
Too much. And,
Why?
we also we also don't need, and nor do the people that you're going to see or the people that you left behind, we don't really need to let them know, just landed. We're not at the gate yet, but we just touched it. You don't have to let them know the second you touch down. It's not going to change.
I think that's more for you than it is for the people that you're calling.
Yeah. Like I send a text. Whenever my plane lands, I send a text to both of my kids, sometimes my mom, I'll just say, the eagle has landed with the eagle emoji. That's it. I think my family, I don't know for sure. Come to think of it, it's never been confirmed. I think they just want to know that I made it. They don't, my kids don't care how the flight was, and nor would I bug them with that kind of information unless something funny happened or unless there was somebody famous on the flight or something. But
yeah, right? Something worthwhile to talk about.
Smooth flight, had 2 Diet Cokes. No one cares. No one cares. Okay, let's see. There are some more of the. Here it is. This is an interesting rule. The person in the middle seat gets both armrests.
Really?
It is the consolation prize for being squished between 2 people with nowhere to lean. I'll respect that rule. I will respect that rule from here on. I've always kind of been first person here gets it. You know what I mean?
Well, I'm just thinking about it. Well, I guess, yeah, if you're on the outside, you got that outside armrest you could go and get on. Or if you're the window seat, you have an armrest too. So, yeah, the middle person should get both armrests.
Yeah, although, if I'm being technical here, you could have picked your seat in advance so you don't get stuck with the middle. You could have done a little due diligence before you got on the plane. Could have.
Or you can just be that annoying passenger that gets on, sits in the middle, and leans over.
Yeah. Here's the next one here. Headphones are the universal conversation ender.
Yes, they are.
Yes, they are. They are peaceful for you and a polite indicator that you do not wish to chat. Respect the indication. I will. Okay, you ready for this one, Maria? This is us.
Okay.
Keep your socks on. When you're on a plane, keep your socks on. And we can go one step further. Wear socks. Guys, with the flip-flops. Come on.
Yes.
The flight attendant says foot smell is inescapable. Also, keep your feet to yourself. Do not cross your legs so that your feet are touching another person's legs. Do not rest them on the armrest in front of you. And please put your shoes on before you use the restroom.
Oh, God. Here's my question. Who's coming on a plane with flip-flops? They tell you not to do that. What if that plane crashes and you have to do some kind of crazy exit? Well, flip-flops are not your friend.
I also have, you know what, I have one more thing. This isn't a rule of etiquette. By the way, thank you to our flight attendant friend for supplying those. I'll definitely take those to heart. I do have one thing I want to discuss regarding air travel coming up. We'll do it next on the Todd Newton Morning Show with Maria Todd.
Thank you for keeping the art of conversation alive. For more Todd, visit ToddNewtonOnline.com. The Host with the Most Toddcast is produced by the Host with the Most LLC. All rights reserved.